it wasn't pretty, but Oklahoma City tends to do that to you as they shut down the Timberwolves from the start. Minnesota scoring just 9 points in the first quarter. SGA had a business-like 34. The Thunder have 4 wins by 30 or more points this postseason. First NBA team in history with 4 playoff wins of 30 or more in a single postseason. The previous record, 3 wins of 30 or more, the 2016 Cavs, the 96 Jazz, and the 1986 Lakers. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of this program. But 9 first quarter points. So in the last 30 years, there have been a total of 6 teams who have held somebody to fewer than 10 points in the first quarter of a playoff game. The Thunder have done it twice this postseason. They held Denver to 8 first quarter points in Game 4, the second round. They play great defense. I know that people aren't going to tune in to watch great defense, but OKC's just trying to win a title. You know, you don't get style points. Nobody cares about that. If you're winning a championship, it's not kind of how you did it. It's just that you did it. And if it means SGA gets you 35 a game, you play great defense, and you hopefully get support from your supporting players. And that's what's happened so far. Indiana the same way. And yes, you're going to have people who probably don't watch basketball on a regular basis who are going to lament the fact that if it's Indiana against OKC, that's fine with me because you probably aren't watching anyway. Those who are watching will, and those who are fans, then you'll be curious. You'll be curious to watch Tyrese Halliburton and SGA. We keep trying to look for the face of the NBA. Who's the next face of the NBA? Well, it's Anthony Edwards. No, he doesn't want to be. Can Jason Tatum be it? No, he's a great player. He's just not, a star. SGA, great player, not a star. There's only a few of them, and we've talked about this. And it's not meant as a knock. I'm just giving you the reality of, will you stop if somebody's playing on TV and go, oh, okay. Or you'll seek out that player. Or you would actually buy tickets to go watch somebody play. I mean, Joker's great. There's a curiosity to him. I don't know if he's got star power. I think it's curiosity power. Luka has star power. LeBron still has star power. Steph Curry still has star power. And we're trying to anoint Giannis still has it. We're trying to anoint somebody as the next. We keep, it doesn't take long before we move on from somebody and then you move on to the next guy. And then who's the next guy? Anthony Edwards is not ready for it. He doesn't want to be the face of the NBA. But because you get drafted higher, it's different. Look at some of these guys who've been drafted mid-first round. Giannis, Kawhi. They weren't rushed to be anything. They were allowed to be something. We wanted Embiid to be great right away. He wasn't ready, wasn't healthy. Anthony Edwards, when you're drafted that high, it's like, okay, we want to see what you have. You get the pleasant surprise, in the mid to late first round or even second round with Joker. And I think we don't allow these players. Anthony Edwards is 23. So you got to be fair to the timeline here. It's just sometimes you see a pocket of greatness, and then because we were looking for the next Jordan for how long? Well, we're still looking for the next Jordan. Anthony Edwards, he reminds me of Jordan. No, not me. Not yet. I saw Jordan, and there's nobody. Jordan reminds me of Jordan. That's it. There's nobody on the list where you go, he kind of looks like, he plays like. Yes, Paul?
Kobe was really close, and it was really overt. Like, he imitated Jordan. He studied Jordan, and his game offensively was a lot like it. His mannerisms were a lot like it. Kobe came really close.
Yeah, he wanted to be, Mike. He studied. He wanted the mannerisms, everything about that. He came pretty close, too. But Anthony Edwards was asked after the loss if this hurts.
It's exciting. I don't know why people would think it would hurt. I mean, it's exciting for me. I'm 23. I get to do it a whole bunch of times. I'm hurt more so for myself, for Mike. I came up short for Mike. Like I said, we tried last year. We couldn't get it. We tried again this year. We're going to try again next year. But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good.
Okay. Said it, nobody's going to work harder than him in the offseason. Good. And OKC did show him the ultimate respect because you have Lou Dort, who was just face guarding him. This used to be called a box and one, where you had one guy on one guy and then the other four are playing pretty much his zone. And that is the show of respect. But still, Anthony Edwards didn't get any further than he was last year. And Luka took his team to the NBA Finals. They're around the same age. Luka's a couple of years older, but we're expecting young players. Cooper Flagg coming in next year at 18, 19 years of age. He won't have that expectation because he's going to Dallas. He won't be the focal point when he's there. But a lot of these players, when you come in, what are you going to do for me now? Victor Wembanyama, because the team isn't very good, he gets a little bit more of a runway there. But at a certain point, it gets to be 3 years, 4 years in, then you're like, are you going to win a championship? We're doing that now at an earlier age than ever. And speaking of age, OKC is the second youngest team to go to the NBA Finals. Everything seems to be lined up for them to create a whatever the modern-day dynasty is. They should be there. They're consistent. It's hard to get guys to play defense. Everybody wants to play offense. But when you have a philosophy, team philosophy, that is defense, and this is the Spurs' great elixir. This is the magic potion for Greg Popovich with all of those great teams that he had. They wanted to play great defense. And you have to want to play defense. Nobody wants to play defense. But when you do, and it's contagious. We talk about offense when somebody's, clicking and then somebody else is clicking. Defense is, that's contagious. Like, damn, he's hustling. He blocks shot, coming up with a steal. Like, just whatever those little things are. And OKC has done that. Yes, Marvin?
And being a defender pays in the NBA, like the term 3-and-D guy. Jaden McDaniels makes $100 million. Isaiah Hartenstein makes $30 million a year.
Wow.
So it pays. So I'm just not understanding why people were like, why do I need to play defense? Because it pays. In the NBA, they're paying people out the wazoo.